Well, hello everyone, and welcome to Gigi in the 561. I'm Pam Barker. I'm Gigi. I haven't been podcasting for quite some time. You know what? Absolutely everyone, is doing a podcast. And I have been doing a podcast for many, many years. When people would say, "What is a podcast?" And I had to say, it's like listening to the radio, it's audio. But now people are podcasting with video. So it's like watching television. So I don't find that as intriguing. I really don't. Because an audio podcast, you can go anywhere. You don't have to look at it. And do we always have to be looking at what people are doing? I just think it defeats the purpose for me personally as a podcast watcher and listening. I'd rather listen. I don't really care to watch them sit there and talk into a microphone. I find it very boring. But anyway, here I am. I'm back, and thanks for coming back with me. It's February. It's almost over. The first 2 months of 2026, almost over. We traveled a lot in 2025, and January and February of 2026 have been nonstop for us as well. Just did a thing over on the other side of the peninsula of Florida from our side, South Florida side, down the peninsula, the Atlantic side, up and over to the Gulf of Mexico side, in Tampa, St. Pete Beach. We were at the Don Cesar Hotel, the Pink Palace, with the sandy white beaches, the sugary white sand beaches of St. Pete Beach there at the historic Don Cesar. My partner, has written about it already for North Palm Beach Life, and will be writing about it for the magazine Aqua that he writes for, which is an actual online and print product. You can hold it in your hand, and it's a beautiful magazine, much like the Don Cesar. And it was a wonderful time that we had there. It really was. So more to come on that. But I have been doing some things that interest me on a personal level. I've been listening to these monks that do reels. I have become very intrigued with reels of all sorts. But these monks, they're doing reels, and they're incredible, and they're very calming. I find them filled with really useful information for your day-to-day life. One of the things is a mantra that you should repeat every day, and it's pretty simple, about being grateful for what you have in life, being aware that you can't control things, only what you what you can control. You can't control anything else, only things in your life that you have control over, and realizing that is very helpful. And the third one is just to wake up every single day and love your life, saying this is going to be the best day of my life, because this is it. This is what you have. Being present in the moment is my mantra. So listening to these monks in the reels is really fun for me. I like listening. Their voices are very, very calming, and what they say is very, very helpful. But on a fun side, the reels about husband and wives or partners, whether it's woman, man, woman, whatever it is, they are so funny. And I really think Gary and Di, my partner, it's spelled Gerry, but it's pronounced Gary. Do not ask why. His mother didn't know even. May she rest in peace. But I think we could do them, because these are really, really funny. It's like, my husband is driving, and what I think he sees me in the passenger, what he's thinking, and what's reality. They're really funny, and I'm thinking I want to do some, because I'm enjoying them so much. check out reels. They'll make you feel better than watching the news and what's going on in real time. Being present in the moment for me means creating the moment that makes me feel good about the moment. And there was a lot out there to not feel good about. Olympics, didn't watch it. Kudos to, though, all of the women, 8 out of 10 gold were won by women. So tip of the hat, TOTH, to all of them. Why are you sentimental? You ever think about that? I am very sentimental. I wear Gary's father's Seiko watch. It hasn't had a battery in 20 years. I don't care. None of my watches have batteries. They haven't. When the battery went dead, that was it. I just wear them for decoration because we don't need a watch. We have our phones. They tell us more than we even need to know about what time it is in the day. But I have so many things in my life that I'm sentimental about, and that makes it really hard for me to do clear outs. And I'm really trying to do that, I think, the first part of the year. That's one thing that monks I recommend, by the way. It's a great stress reliever. It's to clean, even if you see them sweeping a lot. Well, it's not necessarily just to make sure the surface is swept clean. It's actual medicine for them, sweeping and cleaning. So I've been trying to do clear outs. It's really hard for me. I've taken 2 big bags to donate to charity. But at the same time, I keep a lot of stuff. I have in my closet right now a monkey. He has on his original clothes from when I was 2 years old. And it's a zip on his little shirt. He has little overalls, little red overalls on. And he has been with me since I was 2. I've never been without him. He's sitting on a sequined little footstool in my closet right now. The weird thing about that monkey from way back in the day, it's I think a statement it was probably made by the Gund, Gund. I had a lot of stuffed animals from the Gund company. Later in life, I met and am still friends with one of the heirs of the Gund, toy maker family. He doesn't have the Gunn name, but he is Gunn because of marital name changes and so forth. But the thing about the monkey from way back in the day, it has one hand that looks like a monkey hand, and the other one is human. It's a human hand. Let that sink in just a minute. I did a fun thing on Facebook about asking people their favorite ice creams, just for fun, just to see, again, just to take the focus away from serious stuff. And people responded, and it was super fun. One of my friends in Colorado said, obviously, you have not had Tillamook peach on a hot summer day. I haven't, because my ice cream is now and will be forever Haagen-Dazs strawberry, because it is the best. If you don't do ice cream, okay, more power to you. But many people responded with Bluebell, or one of my friends I got the biggest kick out of. She said her ice cream that she liked was Bad Bunny. Let that sink in for a second. Take a beat. I said, do you mean Blue Bunny? And we got the biggest laugh out of that, because humor will see us through. Laughter will see us through. Being present in the moments and being quiet. One of the things I read just this morning about how to bring peace. And I'm a music lover. I have music in my life forever, have and love it, through headphones, through my Marshall speakers, whatever. I love music, but I did pay attention because it said have quiet at a certain time of day where you're in silence, whether you're working out, whether you're walking, just sitting in repose. Let silence engulf you for a time, a certain time in your day, because it settles your senses. And I think that's really true. I think there's something about that. Speaking of the trip over to Tampa St. Pete, across the peninsula, we took Amtrak. It's a good way to not drive over, to have that time to yourself. Even though we were traveling together, we give each other the space to read, to listen to things through headphones or whatever. We took our own food when we were going over. We made chicken meatball sandwiches and snacks and stuff. And so we took our own food on the train because we weren't in a sleeper like normal where the food is included in your ticket price. Amtrak is not a cheap way to travel. Train travel is not a cheap way to travel necessarily. You can get deals here and there, but it's a good way to travel. And then luckily we had the hotel arranged a car for us when we got to Tampa because we were an hour away from the Don Cesar. But we also recently took Brightline, which is the local train here on our side of the peninsula. And it goes from Orlando all the way down to Miami. We took it from West Palm to Miami and back, and we had our granddaughter, our 13-year-old granddaughter, with us, which was very, very nice to do that. It was a special event Brightline was having, so we were very pleased to be able to share that with her. If you can, take mass transit. It's good. It's not so easy everywhere. The Northeast does it so well. But no one does train travel like Europe. No one. We have taken it around in both Great Britain and in France. And they do it. They have it. They have it down. But it's a good way to travel, actually. It's not necessarily fast. It's faster. They do it better. It's faster in Europe. But also, this time of the year is really fun to go to a place here. It's called Manatee Lagoon, and we also took our granddaughter there because the manatees are here. They're starting to leave to go back north, but they're here. And where the lagoon is by the FPL, an FPL location, Florida Power and Light. And because of that, the water there is especially warm for the manatees. They are called gentle giants, and it was so much fun to see them floating ever so slowly. They just lumber. They're very, very slow. And the front part of their body just looks like they're just ready to hug you at any moment. Glad to be back with a podcast with you today. Thanks for coming back. Any of you that are out there on the other side of this microphone. Let me leave you with a foot soak. Again, we're back to the monks. This foot soak is super easy to do. Get a pan of, a pan at your feet, like a dish pan, not for dishes, but for your feet, that you will use only for your feet. And you put your feet in this solution for 20, 30 minutes. And it is good for the toxins because of the pores in your feet. I'm a big believer in reflexology, zone therapy of the feet. I believe in it because your feet are connected to everything in your body. If you don't believe it, look it up. Do some research on your own. But it's true. Your hands, but especially your feet, they are connected to everything in your body. So the monks do this, and I'm going to share it with you. And it's super simple, but you have to go buy the things, which I had to go and buy this stuff. Epsom salt. And I had to do a search before I went to buy it. Where do I find Epsom salt? Well, usually in the pharmacy area, I found out where hydrogen peroxide is. It's a cup of that. It's a cup of apple cider vinegar, and hot water as hot as you can stand it, enough to cover your feet. That's it. And used repeatedly, it will draw from your lymph nodes, it will draw toxins, according to the monks, from your body. Now, when you finish and you're drying your feet, you're not done yet, because you take a dry cloth and you dry brush, is what they call it, but it's really just taking the cloth that you've dried your feet with and brushing up from your feet up your leg toward your heart. And that adds to the purification and the way that it's going to make your body feel more alert, according to the monks. Thank you so much. I've taken up enough of your time on my podcast today. I appreciate you being here. I am still available on all the platforms: iTunes, Spotify, Pandora, 20 platforms. So thank you for joining me, also on NorthPalmBeachLife.com. Be sure to come back whenever I get around to doing another Travel Bistro podcast. Don't forget about that one. My mate does everything for us on NorthPalmBeachLife.com. He writes, he edits, he does it all, and he also writes for magazines such as Aqua, Splash Magazine Worldwide, All Things Cruise, and always NorthPalmBeachLife.com. Thank you so much. Hook up with me on social media, on Facebook and Instagram. If you don't know how to do that, you can always contact me personally through NorthPalmBeachLife.com. There's a place to comment, and we will get back to you. So thank you so much for being with me. I do appreciate you. I'm Gigi in the 561. I'm Pam Barker. Stay with me.